In the previous video, Israel struck first, but this time Iran hits back, and it shakes Israel to its core. Casualties are soaring, and could half of Tel Aviv be leveled? A terrifying truth awaits ahead. Just when everyone believed Israel's skies were untouchable, a horrifying reality struck. The Iron Dome, Israel's legendary shield, was taken down. David's sling and arrow 3, the last lines of defense, were rendered useless. Everything spiraled out of control. One click on the subscribe button, and you'll always be the first to uncover earth-shattering secrets. Missiles screamed across the sky like blades of death, crashing down on residential neighborhoods. No one had time to react. No warnings, no shelters. A nation once seen as the pinnacle of safety had now become a brutal war zone. And then, from the shadows of prolonged silence, Iran unleashed a deadly storm. The missiles carried no warnings, only precision death. They tore through the skies at unimaginable speeds, flying toward their targets as if programmed in hell. No sirens, no cover, no chance. This was no longer a war of words, diplomacy, or threats. This was real war, where explosions rewrote the rules, and terror cast its shadow over every rooftop in Israel. Looking back, Israel was once the symbol of the world's most advanced defense systems. The Iron Dome intercepted every rocket from Gaza. David's sling neutralized all medium-range attacks. Arrow 3 intercepted every looming threat from Iran. No one believed those symbols could ever be breached. But now, Iran has shown that a new era of warfare has arrived. With terrifying silence, they fired a clear message. Their technology hasn't just caught up. It's powerful enough to pierce through every layer of proud defense. The nightmare wasn't over. Iran didn't use outdated missiles. They unleashed smart, sophisticated weapons, specially engineered to disable modern defense systems. They attacked simultaneously from multiple locations, overwhelming Israel's radars and scrambling their response. The Iron Dome was overpowered. David's sling was jammed. Even more dangerously, they're suspected of using cutting-edge electronic warfare to cripple Arrow 3's command systems. This is no longer just an attack. It's a full-scale stress test for every missile defense system on the planet. From a source of national pride, Arrow 3 is now reduced to shattered debris. The once heavily guarded skies have turned into a killing field. Missiles rain down like a furious storm. Each explosion serves as a grim reminder: no one is safe. Homes, schools, and places of worship all have become targets. The people of Israel are no longer living. They're merely running, shrinking into the shadows, fearfully waiting for the next siren. Peace has become a distant memory. Now, they're clinging to one thing only: survival in a state of unending terror. But this isn't just a barrage, it's a turning point. A moment that reshapes history. Iran, long known for using proxy forces, has for the first time openly shown its fangs. The entire world is left stunned. How could a sanctioned nation bring down the most advanced defense system on Earth? It's a brutal reminder: nothing is truly invincible. Innovation, strategy, and relentless determination can overturn any advantage. Even a weaker force, if it strikes at the right moment, can bring a proud fortress crashing down. In a state of shock, the world watched Israel fall with utter disbelief. How could this happen? A system once hailed as the global gold standard, breached in just one night? It forces every nation to ask the same haunting question: are we truly safe? Has the era of absolute defense come to an end? New threats are emerging everywhere, smarter, faster, and deadlier. But above all, one burning question rises: how will Israel respond? Will their retaliation shake the entire region? Because the choice now isn't just a military decision. It's the future of the entire Middle East, a region long scarred by hatred, war, and generational divides. Iran didn't act on impulse. They were prepared. They waited for the perfect moment to reveal their military might, to prove they're no longer an isolated nation, but an equal player, challenging the old order. And now, they've done the unthinkable, forcing the entire world to take notice, to tread carefully with every move that follows. But this isn't just a showdown between Israel and Iran. This is a test for the entire world. The question is, will the global powers step in to restore stability, or allow tensions to spiral into full-scale war? How many more nations will be dragged into the vortex of conflict? One thing is clear: the system once believed to be impenetrable has collapsed. And as threats can now come from any direction, at any moment, we are entering a new world, where everything familiar has become frighteningly fragile. Beneath the deafening blasts and raging fire, something still survives: the human spirit. This isn't just a story of bombs and technology. It's a story of resilience, of hope that refuses to die. Even as darkness closes in and sorrow overwhelms, there are still those who rise, seeking peace, protecting their families, holding on to faith. In the storm of violence, the seed of humanity quietly endures, waiting to bloom once more in the light. This is the next chapter in the history of the Middle East. And now, the whole world is holding its breath. What's unfolding isn't just breaking news, it's a wake-up call for all of humanity. This video does not take sides, does not glorify war, and does not justify violence. The ultimate goal is to inspire reflection, understanding, and empathy. Based on publicly available data, we believe that only through diverse perspectives can people think independently and wisely. It's not weapons, but knowledge and dialogue that can truly dissolve hatred. Even in the darkest times, the hope for peace still burns in the heart of humanity. But the most frightening part isn't what has already happened. It's what comes next. If Iran can prove that even the most advanced systems can be defeated, then what in this world is truly safe? Nations that once stood proud behind their cutting-edge air defenses must now reevaluate everything. They have to ask themselves, if even Israel can fall, can we truly hold the line? In this historic moment, the balance of power has shifted, and from now on, every decision will be made under the shadow of fear and absolute uncertainty. More than just a military victory, Iran has delivered a media shockwave. Across social media, images of burning air defense systems and Israeli civilians fleeing under a rain of missiles are spreading like wildfire. This is a war fought not only in the skies, but in the minds of millions. Every image, every video is like an arrow piercing the global public's sense of certainty. Iran isn't just aiming to destroy. They want the world to doubt, to fear, and to question the very idea of absolute protection. Right now in Tel Aviv, the Israeli government stands at a fateful crossroads. Retaliate with overwhelming force, or choose restraint for the sake of fragile peace. One wrong move could drag dozens of nations into a spiral of violence. A timely decision could prevent total disaster, But can cooler heads prevail when the heart of a nation burns with anger and grief? The people of Israel no longer want promises. They want safety. And the government is out of time. They must choose, right now, retaliation or dialogue. Meanwhile, in Tehran, a wave of national pride is surging. Iranian media hails the operation as a symbol of revival, a proof that the West is no longer invincible. But beneath the slogans lies a clearer message. Iran is ready to play on equal footing with the world's powers. They're no longer hiding behind proxy forces. They want a seat at the table, as equals, or even as the ones setting the rules. This is the prelude to a new Middle Eastern order, with Iran at its center. But what's even worse is the spread of doubt. If even Israel couldn't hold the line, then where is the world's safety limit? From Tokyo to Paris, defense experts are scrambling to reassess every layer of protection. A seismic shock to global confidence has just occurred. Systems once thought to be ironclad now seem as fragile as glass in the face of Iran's unexpected power. And as if the horror wasn't enough, Iran also claimed victory on the media front. Social media overflowed with footage of exploding air defense systems and panicked Israeli civilians. The fear didn't stay within borders. It spilled across every screen around the globe. Iran wasn't just aiming to cause damage. They wanted to plant a sense of helplessness, a psychological strike that made the whole world shudder and reflect on its own vulnerabilities. At that moment, in the world's power capitals, a painful question echoed. If this was just Iran testing the waters, what would a real strike look like? Israel, with all its advanced weaponry, still fell short. So what about nations with weaker defenses? A quiet wave of rearmament began to stir. The world is no stranger to war, but it had grown too comfortable in the illusion of control. And now, that illusion has been completely burned away. And after all the missile fire, after the fall of once invincible fortresses, what remains is not military glory or political victory, but people, frightened children, broken families, pain that knows no nationality. This isn't just a wake-up call for the Middle East. It's a warning to the entire world. If technology can't shield us from hatred, then only humanity, dialogue, and the courage to build peace can lead us out. If you found this video gripping, then this channel definitely deserves a spot on your subscription list.